There she is, Kim Wilde, the most famous product of that marriage. It was nice to see your mum and dad there, a bit of nostalgia.
Yeah, it's really lovely. Didn't they look sweet?
They look very, who do you look like, your mum or your father?
I look like both of them, actually. A lot of people say I look like, a lot like my mum. They say I act a lot like my mum, and I look like my dad.
Is that good or bad?
It's very, very good.
Well, I said you looked very well in that video, Can't Have You. I remember that the first time around, Yvonne Elliman, Saturday Night Fever,
That's one,
1978.
Yeah, I remember it the first time around. It was great, wasn't it?
Whatever happened to her?
I really don't know, actually. Good question.
Yeah.
I have to find out about that one.
Why that one? Why did you choose Can't Have You?
Well, actually, it was my sister-in-law's idea, Mandy, and I was sitting talking to my brother about some recordings we were doing, and she came in and she just said, "What a great record, have you ever thought of covering it?" And we thought, no, we hadn't. What a great idea, Mand. Why don't you sort of go and become head of A&R at MCA Records? It would be a really good idea. So, great idea, Mandy, well done.
Right, well, I reckon that one will make it onto your greatest hits compilation. You must be putting one of those together.
Well, yeah, the greatest hits comes out in September, and this is a prelude to it, and then we're going to release another single in August.
Yeah. Are those going to be greatest hits of yours, or greatest hits of those other people's that you particularly like that one?
They're all mine, yeah, apart from Hanging On, which we covered a number of years ago.
Tell you what, she's had plenty of them. You've had 24 in 12 years. That's 2 a year. That's not a bad average. Not bad, yeah. I think we're going to put 14 tracks on, and everything from Kids in America right through to recently, you know, You Came and stuff like that. What would your favourite be? Well, I love a lot of the stuff we did on the Close album, which had You Came, and I really loved Never Trust a Stranger. It had a lot of attitude and guitar, and it's really good fun to sing. So Michael knows what these things mean because
attitude. I was just thinking attitude. Yes. No, what does attitude mean? You mean it comes out and hits you? That's
yeah, it was just a really. I mean, I remember doing it on the Michael Jackson tour, and it was a real storm. And, you know, I was able to strut across the stage and get terribly melodramatic. And I love that about pop music. I love its melodrama, and I love its theatre, and I love its strength, you know, so I quite get into that.
You certainly look as though you do. What's Michael Jackson like to work with?
Well, he was great. I mean, he was a wonderful performer, obviously, to watch. I mean, you know, we weren't exactly down the bar having a jar at the end of the day, but I felt very grateful, really, to get that tour, because we were actually contracted to do 50 and ended up doing 35 shows with him. So. So it was a turning point for my career as well. You know, it really sort of shaped me up and basically really got my act together. I had to, you know, because I was performing in front of thousands of people.
Yeah, it's a privilege.
The act.
Yeah. No. The other thing that comes out and hits
when you're working with greatness.
With greatness.
Yes, with greatness.
It sort of rubs off.
It rubs off, yeah.
Doesn't it, really?
The other thing that comes out and hits you from your pop videos are your lips.
Oh.
I mean, you're a great, if you don't mind me saying this, you're a great pouter.
Pouter, yeah.
Are you aware of the voluptuousness, if that's the right word, of your lips?
I have been made aware of them over the years, yeah, and it's strange because when I was at school, I hated my lips because everyone said that they were like Mick Jagger lips and that they were very large, and somehow I felt, yes, just like my feet and, you know, just like everything else about me, large. And it's just been over the years that I've been able to sort of actually think, actually, they're quite good, really. And you're make the most of them. Do you practice pouting? I don't. I was born with this pout. It comes from my dad, actually. He pouted his way through the 50s, and I'm doing it through the 90s.
He practices pouting every morning for you. Come on, don't you?
Oh, talk to me.
Tell us, now, you've been very strict with your weight and so on. I mean, well, you can tell. I'd never thought of you as being particularly fat, but what, you lost about 1.5 stone?
Yeah, I mean, actually, most of it had to do with exercise. I just didn't exercise at all during my 20s. And I think I was brought up in the generation that just missed that sort of keep fit. I don't know what you're going to say about yourselves.
This is going to be close to the bone, isn't it?
Atlas figures we are.
I was just preempting what you were going to say, but anyway.
No.
Anyway, I was sort of brought up in a generation just missed that sort of keep fit sort of regime, and I kind of got in on the end of it. Started a few years ago, and it's really turned things around.
I know what you're talking about because I remember you as a child when I was at school. You and I are the same era, same age, and whatever. I'm going to talk to you about surviving and, you know, in this rat race and whatever. The other thing, if I was you, just a word of advice, I would go and get a tan. I mean, you're looking a wee bit... wee bit pale, a wee bit anemic, you know, so...
Yes, it's sad, isn't it?
It is, but there we go. Kim, stay with us this morning.
Sorry to break up these lovers. After the break, Claire Catford.
Can you not be interested in people? Can you not? Human interest stories?
I feel like a gooseberry. Claire Catford ships through our postbag. Stay with us.
North Wales. Sally and the gang out there. The stars are just falling out of the heavens here today. We've got David Essex and Kim Wilde back here in studio, and you two go back a bit. There's a family connection. How did you first meet?
Do you remember meeting me when I was a kid?
I don't. I should do.
Do you remember you were in that film? Was it Stardust?
Stardust.
And I came on the set. My dad brought me on the set, and I remember he sort of brought David. That's when I was so overwhelmed.
Well, see, I mean, Stardust was a difficult character to play, that character in that, so I was probably slightly gaga. But your dad was in that. He played the manager of the band, and he was brilliant. He still is brilliant. You're brilliant.
She is.
They're brilliant. Everything's brilliant.
we were just counting up your albums and singles. She's done a lot. I mean, 7 albums in such a relatively short life. She's done well, hasn't she?
A mere pittance. I've done 17.
No, but you're 73, so I mean,
no, from 1973.
Anyway, David, what are you doing here this morning?
I've no idea. They got me here ridiculously early. I've been sitting out there. There's a lovely baby out there that's crying, that's coming on soon.
Yeah,
and
not for us.
no, I'm going to talk about, after 9 o'clock, going to talk about Voluntary Service Overseas, which is a terrific aid organisation, and we're doing a concert for them next Tuesday at the Barbican. The Duke of Edinburgh's coming. And I suppose I'll talk a bit about a play I've just started to rehearse, She Stoops to Conquer. Great privilege to work with Sir Peter Hall and Donald Sinden, who heads the cast.
You're Tony Lumpkin, aren't you?
That's right.
Yes.
Well, you save it all for top of the morning. That's what David's playing on next.
Right.
If we'd have known you were out there on your own, we would have brought you in earlier. But you know, they never let us do anything. You know, never tell us anything. Thanks for coming in. Great seeing you. Lovely meeting you as well. Thanks very much indeed. What are we going to do? We're going to go to the news. It's not